Last time on, what if Raditz took Gohan? We witnessed the epic fight between Goku and the Saiyan invader Prince Vegeta. Even Goku powering up to Kaioken times 4 still couldn't stop the ruthless warrior. But after an extensive beating, Goku was unable to continue the fight. At the same time, Raditz and Goku's son Gohan arrived on the planet to find that Nappa and Vegeta had arrived earlier than expected. Arriving on the battlefield, Raditz stops Vegeta from eliminating Goku for good, as he believes it was his mission to do so. But out of nowhere, a beam takes out Vegeta, and Raditz turns to see an intense Piccolo ready for battle. What's in store next for our warriors? Find out now.
To his surprise, Raditz turns around to see Piccolo standing before him, taking off his weighted clothing. Piccolo yells to Raditz that he will make sure not to miss his time when he kills him. Raditz smirks and tells Piccolo that he admires his courage, but that he is way stronger than the last time they met. Piccolo, without hesitating, goes right after Raditz, who then lunges forward, clashing with Piccolo. This sends a shockwave, sending Gohan backwards towards the ground. The fighters then break and smirk at each other, with Piccolo telling Raditz that he's not the only one who got stronger. He also states that if Raditz doesn't want to end up like his friend, that he will leave the planet and not come back. Raditz then looks back to Vegeta, still knocked down and unconscious from Piccolo's attack, and he tells Piccolo that he is no concern to him. From Otherworld, we see King Kai sensing the fight and also telling King Yama that the Z fighters that were killed during the battle with Nappa are to come to his planet for training. King Kai cannot believe the amount of strength both fighters have accumulated since their last fight. From the lookout, Kami is also sensing the fight, as he cannot believe that Piccolo has become this powerful. Kami also states that Piccolo's arrogance and not coming sooner to help could be his downfall, as he doesn't have Goku to help him. Popo then asks Kami if he believes that Piccolo will be able to win the fight, and Kami bows his head, hinting as to what he really thinks. Back on the battlefield, we see Raditz and Piccolo trading punches as Gohan looks on, not knowing what he should do. And then Gohan has a realization and looks over to see his father, almost unconscious, laying on the ground, and he walks over to him. Goku looks over to see his son for the first time since he lost to Raditz, and quietly says, "Gohan," under his breath. Gohan, standing over Goku, begins to well up with all kinds of emotions, and his anger begins to show. Goku reaches out to Gohan, then Gohan grabs his hand and throws him into a nearby rock formation. Raditz hears this and stops briefly to look over to see that Gohan is now attacking his father. With this distraction, Piccolo hits Raditz, sending him soaring towards the ground. Raditz gets up and then feels something grab his tail. Piccolo tells Raditz that if he has any last words, he won't let him go like Goku did. Raditz then begins to laugh, and Piccolo drops the Saiyan's tail, baffled by this. Raditz tells Piccolo that after their first fight that he had realized it was a weakness he should have long overcome. He then sends Piccolo flying up towards the sky and launches a double sundae right towards Piccolo. Piccolo, however, bats it away and then disappears. Raditz looks around desperately before he gets blindsided by a kick and is sent to the ground. Just a ways away, Gohan stands over Goku, who's pleading for him to listen. Gohan tells Goku that his lies won't hurt him anymore, and Gohan begins to charge a blast while tears stream down his face. We then hear a voice yelling, and it's Krillin, right off of a sensu bean telling Gohan to listen to his father. Gohan, enraged, launches towards Krillin and sends him flying backwards. Krillin throws the sensu bean bag to Goku, but it's just out of arm's reach. Krillin tells Gohan that they have been trying to bring him back and that he was taken. Gohan screams for Krillin to shut up as he and Krillin exchange blows and eventually ends up with Krillin being outmatched. Krillin charges a Kamehameha while Gohan charges towards him, but with Gohan's anger he launches a full power beam blast that Krillin's blast stands no chance against. Krillin uses the blast as a distraction as he flies towards Goku to get him the sensu beans, but before Krillin can kick the bag, he's hit from behind with the same blast Gohan used before. Goku is amazed at his son's power, but knows if he doesn't get the senzu beans quick, he may not be able to talk any sense into him. Piccolo approaches Raditz, who lays motionless on the ground while announcing, "Go home, Saiyan, this is my planet." As Piccolo gets to Raditz, his legs are swept from under him and he is blasted into the air by a kick from him. Piccolo then stops and turns midair to see Raditz rushing towards him. After dodging, both warriors land staring at each other. Raditz tells Piccolo that he's heard Namekians had great warriors, but he didn't think he would ever meet one in person. Piccolo, confused, asks Raditz what he means by that. Raditz then laughs at Piccolo and asks him if he really thought he was from Earth. Piccolo, enraged, rushes towards Raditz, who dodges and grabs Piccolo's arm. Raditz then blasts his arm, point-blank disintegrating it. Yelling out loud, Raditz kicks Piccolo to the ground while Piccolo acts as if he's lost even though he knows he can regenerate limbs. Raditz stands over Piccolo and tells him that no warrior has been able to stand up to him except for Piccolo in the past and now. He then tells Piccolo that the only reason he came back to Earth was not to kill his brother, but to finish what he had started and to kill him. Raditz aims both of his hands at Piccolo, charging his final technique, the double Sunday. Piccolo smirks, and then in an instant grows his arms back and uppercuts Raditz. With Raditz flying towards the sky, Piccolo unleashes his mouth blast and hits Raditz. Piccolo watches as Raditz falls towards the ground, landing next to Vegeta. With Krillin out of the picture and Goku not able to move, Gohan walks towards his father once again, only to catch a glimpse of Raditz falling towards the earth. Goku yells for Gohan, but he ignores him, blasting off towards Raditz. Piccolo, now standing over Raditz laughing, as he now gets the opportunity to beat not just one, but two Saiyans. Piccolo charges a special beam cannon at point blank to make sure that Raditz can't escape, when out of nowhere Gohan screams and attacks Piccolo, sending him flying. Gohan then is told by Raditz to use the remotes to call all three of the Saiyan pods to get them off the planet. Gohan does just that, but it'll take 10 minutes for the ships to arrive at their location. Gohan then turns to see Piccolo rise from rubble and look directly at him. Gohan nervously is told by Raditz that Piccolo is weak and that he should be able to handle him with his power being so diminished. Piccolo then lunges at Gohan, and they begin to trade blows. Piccolo, being the smarter fighter, however, is able to outwit Gohan. Raditz then sees Vegeta wake up and begin to move. Raditz informs Vegeta of the plan and how the pods are on their way now to get them off the planet. Vegeta tells Raditz that the mission was to get the Dragon Balls, and that they will not leave without it. Vegeta then asks where the boy is, and Raditz tells him that he is fighting the Namekian. Gohan, after being tossed around by Piccolo, is now unable to do anything, and Piccolo stands over him ready to destroy him. Out of nowhere, a beam is shot right through Piccolo's chest, and he falls to the ground motionless. Vegeta stands there using the last of his energy and tells the boy that he only saved him because he wanted revenge on the Namekian. Vegeta falls to the ground and Gohan drags him to Raditz, where Gohan asks what they're going to do now. Raditz tells him that once they recover, they will go after the Dragon Balls because that was part of the mission. Raditz then notices someone standing off in the distance, and it's Krillin, who's been standing there listening to them. Krillin, fresh off a senzu bean, then tells them they failed as Piccolo is dead, which means the Dragon Balls are gone. Raditz, ready to kill Krillin where he stands, cannot even create a blast. Krillin then gets ready to kill the three Saiyans when Goku yells and tells Krillin to stop, like in the original story, but now it's all three of the Saiyans. Raditz then throws Vegeta into his pod and crawls into his own, and Gohan also gets into his. Raditz then uses the three remotes he has to launch them off into space and get them to the nearest Frieza Force station for healing. Krillin goes over to Goku and asks why he wanted them to go. Goku explains, like in the original story, that if it would be a waste as they were strong fighters, and pushes them to their limits. Krillin, not agreeing with Goku, still helps him as he's his best friend. we are left with a shot of Krillin helping Goku to his feet.